October 5, 2018 posted in General Ulster Unionist leader Robin Swann MLA has described Sinn Fein claims that the UK government was the main protagonist during the Troubles as utter fantasy. Robin Swann said, claims by Sinn Fein that the UK government was the main protagonist during the Troubles is not a different narrative of the past, it is utter fantasy. It is perverse. And Gerry Kelly *s pathetic clarification sums up the indefensible nature of Sinn Fein *s outlandish claims. That is why it is vital that they are challenged over the propaganda which Sinn Fein pump out on an almost weekly basis as they desperately seek to grasp for equivalence between the lawful forces of the state and IRA terrorists, where it simply does and *t exist. What Gerry Kelly doesn't say is the UK government is the lawful authority within the United Kingdom. Their authority comes from being elected by the British people. They have a seat at the UN and on the Security Council. They are signatories to international treaties. Like every other democratic nation, the United Kingdom has a standing army. When you consider the fate of the IRA's victims who faced no court, no prison sentence with the prospect of release, and who were simply executed, it stands in stark contrast to the treatment of terrorists who were arrested, brought before courts, convicted, sentenced and ultimately released from prison, able to resume their lives. Sinn Fein should ask themselves how in 30 years, the police and such a large army were responsible for 10% of Troubles-related deaths, yet the IRA for almost 60%, with loyalists being responsible for the other 30%. Mr. Kelly's claim that it is not unreasonable that they were the main protagonists, and certainly in terms of what was suffered within the nationalist population, is a further rewriting of history. According to Lost Lives, the IRA was responsible for the deaths of 402 Catholics. It was the IRA that caused misery within the very communities they claimed to defend. Sinn Fein's legacy consultation response said the British state has always sought to conceal, deny and cover up its central role in the Irish conflict. I can think of no better description of Sinn Fein's own actions for decades. Their comments are evidence of just how determined they are to impose their version of reality on others and rewrite history. They are simply delusional.